Welcome to my beginner watercolor tutorial. I want to show you how I painted this green forest landscape with only one color. I used Hooker's green, but you can choose any color that you like. Green, blue or black would probably look the most natural. Now take your watercolor paper or sketchbook and let's begin. First we will wet the paper. If you want, you can choose a larger brush, then it will be a bit easier to wet the whole paper. I already prepared a large amount of Hooker's green here in my color palette. Now I'm going in with the green and I just dip it in where I want the darkest part to be. It doesn't really matter because the paint will spread everywhere because the paper is very wet. Just try to leave out a white spot in the right middle because there will be our light source. Here I'm dripping in more deep green. I used a bit more pigment here. Here I'm lifting out some paint with a damp brush to keep a lighter space for the light to shine through the trees. I continue to lift out some paint for the illusion of mist. Now I'm blow drying the painting to prepare it for the next layer. Make sure it's not too wet so the paint can't move around too much. I tried to smooth out some harsh edges here that I accidentally created while blow drying. Then I went in with some darker pigment of the Hooker's green and just dragging it up, starting at the bottom. I tried to leave out a little bit of the light spot. I blow dried the painting again. Make sure it's not too wet before you blow dry, otherwise you could get some harsh edges. I did get some harsh edges here, but Yeah, it's not really disturbing me. Then I decided to go in and paint the bottom, and I wanted the background to be a bit darker, so I just kept going with the Hooker screen on top and decided to make another layer for the background. I'm leaving out a white spot for the light to shine through the trees. Unfortunately, my camera stopped recording, so I didn't do much, but I painted some very light tree trunks here in the background. You can skip this step, you can do it just now. And I'm starting with the first layer of the bottom and the trees. We can use a very light wash here. Make sure to use enough water. And the brush is a round brush that can hold a lot of water. Just very light pigment here, because we want to paint over it in the next layer. Here I'm drying it again to get ready for the next layer. I'm painting another layer on the background with a lot of pigment to get it really dark. And I'm also painting more trees on top. Now it's more pigment, but you still have to pick up enough water so that you can paint the tree trunk in one go. I'm trying to integrate some small branches here to make it look a bit more realistic. Here you can see I didn't prepare enough paint, but if you still work fast, it's not a problem. But if you want the painting process to be less stressful, I suggest to always have a lot of paint prepared. I keep adding small details, and I will also draw another darker tree in the foreground. I just stamped in some of the paint where I thought it needed to be darker. And again, I'm just adding some branches here and there. As a last step, I'm darkening some areas I think that are too light, and then my watercolor landscape is ready. Thank you so much for watching and joining me today. If you want, you can take a look at my website or Etsy shop, where I have prints and original paintings. And don't forget to subscribe if you like my videos. See you soon.